Welcome back to Leeds lately for another edition of Championship Watchalongs. Leeds United tonight taking on Watford FC after, of course, a disappointing exit out of the FA Cup. We might talk about that a little bit before we move on to this game. But before we do that, welcome everybody who's joining us. Welcome everybody who's coming into the chat down below. Of course, make sure if you're new here, hit that big red button down below, and of course, I will remind you again, but just to hear, please refrain from posting about goals before I have reacted to them, just to avoid spoiling my reaction. Welcome everybody who's joining us. Welcome to all our Leeds Lately members. Looks like we've got Karen Curtin in here, and Sajal as well. Sajal's early this time, but welcome of course to our Leeds Lately members, and welcome of course to our non-members as well, all you regulars who keep the channel going. Evening everybody, or morning wherever you are. Look, that last game I talked about in my match reaction a little bit, and I also went on Joe's channel as well. Wayneman, that is, not Blackburn. I keep forgetting there's two Joes. And I kind of talked about how the magic of the FA Cup for me isn't really a thing anymore. I think that it's kind of been and gone, that kind of magic of the FA Cup, with the fact that there's no replays for the smaller clubs down below. There's no incentive for championship teams to try that hard because they're never going to win it, and they're also focusing on promotion, so they put out the second string team, get knocked out, and the Premier League teams don't take it seriously and rest a lot of their players for it. So I just don't think it's even that much of a spectacle anymore. It used to be, don't get me wrong, it used to be obviously back in the day where it was the only game that was televised would be the FA Cup final, and obviously that's going back a lot of years, way before my time, but I can understand the magic of the FA Cup through that, and I think, yeah, we're coping a little bit, or as the kids say, coping, by saying this, but we're focusing on the league because realistically it's the only thing that matters. It's that golden ticket. It's that going to the Premier League is the main thing. Someone mentioning, we'll go through the lineup shortly, but someone mentioning how Pascal being out is a bit weird. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I also think it was a sign that he wasn't going to play, or he wasn't going to start at least in this game, because he played the 90 minutes in the FA Cup. I think if he'd have been substituted off a bit later on in the game, I think we probably would have gone, okay, yeah, well, he might actually be coming in to start this next game. But of course, it's an unchanged lineup. Strauch isn't coming in, and it's a similar lineup fairly to the last time he played in the league. I'll have a little look at that now. We've got people joining us now, so let's go through the lineup. So Meslier in goal, of course, comes back to take his place off Darlow after the FA Cup. Back four of Bogle, Rodon, Ampadu and Firpo. Now, I think Firpo obviously is much better as an attacking threat than Sam Byram, who I thought was really poor, Sam Byram, in that FA Cup game. But Firpo's definitely more of an attacking threat, and we all know that. But what I think that Farke likes to do is, if Firpo's in the squad, I will put that back up shortly. If Firpo's in the squad, I think that's when he likes to play Ilya Gruev as well, because Gruev is that guy who covers the fullback positions, and he really helps out in those situations. So I think if you've got somebody like Firpo and Bogle charging forward and offering attacking options with the overlaps and the underlaps, I think having Gruev in there is a vital cog in the machine to keep us going, which makes sense as to why Rothwell's been dropped in the midfield alongside Gruev, who of course is a physical player in himself, is Tanaka. Now, I think Tanaka's in there because, again, he's quite physical, more physical than Rothwell. He can do that, bringing the ball forward, but he can also tackle as well. And I think historically, Watford have had very physical, is the word I'm looking for, physical midfielders. Oh God, that was loud when it came on. Have had very physical midfielders. And I think the issue that comes with that is that sometimes we can get bullied off the ball in there. So I think if you play Gruev and Tanaka in there rather than Rothwell and Tanaka, for example, I think it provides you with a bit more stability in that midfield, which is why I think he's done it. I think we saw as well that Mateo Joseph is definitely not ready to start for Leeds, or particularly play that much football for Leeds, because of his performance against Millwall, where I thought he was probably comfortably the worst player on the pitch, which is a bit unfortunate to say, and I don't even think I'm being harsh by saying that. So Joel Peru comes back in and gets his spot, of course. And the other midfield three, James and Solomon, speaks for itself. They've been really good of late, both of them. And whilst Ramazani and Nonto weren't that bad in the Millwall game, I think James and Solomon have certainly put in the performances to keep their starting positions. And then Aronson, I just don't think we have another number 10 who can do that kind of job that Aronson does. And that's why Aronson's in there and not somebody like Nonto, who did play in the number 10 against Millwall. So for me, I agree with this lineup, and it's actually, I'm pretty sure I bang on predicted that this would be the lineup on Joe's channel, because of those reasons that I've detailed. Let me know what you think down below. Are you happy with the lineup? Do you think this is a winning lineup? We'll have a little look at the Watford lineup, actually, because sometimes from season to season you tend to forget a little bit who plays for them. So yeah, because they don't have Sissoko anymore, do they? Or at least he's not in the... Oh no, he is in the lineup. So in net is Selvik. Never heard of him. I thought they had the other goalkeeper. Anyway, Andrews, Abankwa, Pollock and Ngakia make up the back four. Loser and Deli Bashiru are in the two holding midfield roles. The three attacking midfielders are Sissoko on the right, Kiembe through the middle, and Chekfatadze out on the left, which I think he might be through the middle, and then Doumbia up front. But like I said, they do tend to be quite a physical midfield presence, so I think the fact that Gruev and Tanaka are in there together is to kind of combat that that situation. Especially if Sissoko is playing a bit further forward, because he is a bit of a powerhouse himself. The Leeds bench consists of Pascal Struijk, Joe Rothwell, Laji Ramazani, Matteo Joseph, Joshua Gilavogi, Sam Byram, Caldalo, Wilfred Nonto, and Isaac Schmidt. So certainly some good options off the bench. And their bench consists of Francisco Sierralta, Kevin Kebben, Tom Ince, Rocco Vata, James Morris, Jonathan Bond, Yasser Larucci, Leo Ramirez Espagne, and Amin Nabizada, with Tom Cleverley, who is under a bit of pressure at the moment, being their manager for this evening. Now, Hull City have already done us a couple of favours recently. Hopefully they'll do it again tonight, because they play against Burnley. Sunderland play against Luton, and Sheffield United play tomorrow night against Middlesbrough. So not an easy game for any of those teams around us, but of course not such an easy game for us as well. Let's have a little look at the table. So Watford's form in the last 5 games has been 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 losses. So not a great record at the moment, Watford. Let's just have a little look at their games. So they drew with Sunderland, which obviously did us a favour. They lost to Norwich and got a red card in the process. They lost to Watford. They lost to Preston. They beat Derby 2-0, and they drew with Cardiff. So they're not in a great patch of form. And I'm hoping that we can really get one over on them. Of course, it is away at Vicarage Road. So that's how Watford's form's been in answer to your question, Sajal. Welcome everybody who's joining us. Welcome to all our Leeds Lottie members. Whilst I was ranting on then, welcome to John Garside and Robert Wetzel, who have joined since I started talking. Evening everybody who's joining us. The pitch does look quite good, doesn't it, Robert? Comes with recent stints in the Premier League, I would imagine. But yeah, welcome everybody who's joining us. Welcome, of course. Just another little reminder, please refrain from posting about goals before I have reacted to them, just to avoid spoiling my reaction for those goals and essentially spoiling the game for me. Just a hair on the screen there, get that. Yeah, it is a strong lineup. Just going back up to Kiwi's comment before, it is a strong lineup, and I do think that we've got more than enough on the pitch to go out and win this game. But look, it's one of them where it could potentially be a banana skin or a bee sting. Wait, they're wasps, aren't they? Or are they hornets? God knows. Hornets, I think, actually. So it doesn't really work. It doesn't work. Let's pretend that never happened. But let's hope it's not a banana skin, because I do think that they are a physical side at home on the back of a few defeats, and you could easily see them be very up for this, trying to turn it round. Welcome, Martin. Martin Sykes joining us in the chat. Leeds Little member saying, good evening all. I think 3-1 and a fascinating game. Do you mean, I'm guessing you mean 3-1 to Leeds, because the way you've put it around, it looks like you mean 3-1 to Watford. But I'm assuming you mean to Leeds. Yeah, actually, there's a good time to say it. Get your score predictions in the chat down below. Look, let's hope. Watford have lost a lot of games 2-0 recently, so I'm hoping for us to win 3-0. Let's have a nice clean sheet as well after what happened in the FA Cup. Let's hope for a nice clean sheet. Players heading out onto the pitch now, by the way. So not long now until kick-off. Clean sheets are important, yeah, especially with our improving our goal difference is just lovely to see every time we do. Oh. Yeah, there are a lot of empty seats at Vicarage Road here. Watford are 4 games without a win. Yeah, they've won 1, drawn 1 in the last 5, and the rest were what do you call it? Losses. That's what they're called. Selvik, Andrews, Ngakia, Delibashiru, Abankwa, Pollock, Sissoko, Loser, Doumbia, Kayembe, and Chekvatadze are the starting 11, with, of course, the head coach is being Tom Cleverley. Sometimes it can be Chris Holmes mentioning how this had this down as one of the difficult games. Yeah, Watford always seems to be one that I worry about, but then we seem to do quite well against them. So Leeds' lineup as well, that's just on Sky at the moment, so I'll just show you it here as well. Melier, Bogle, Rodon, Ampadu, Firpo, Gruev, Tanaka, James, Aronson, Solomon and Piru. And those of you just joining me, I was mentioning before how when Firpo's in the team, Gruev often is in there as well to kind of support and help him, because he goes forward a lot, and similar with Bogle as well. James and Solomon keep their positions because they've earned them, basically. Piru as well. I think Mateo Joseph has proved that he's not really a good option to replace them. So look, I'm fairly confident about this one. Jeff Biss saying 2-2 tonight. Yeah, well, I hope it's a better result than 2-2 tonight. I think we should carry on our good performances, hopefully, into this one. Remember, as well, in the description down below, if you use my affiliate link, I'll get a small commission if you use my affiliate link, and then you use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout for 10% off at classicfootballshirts.com, which there's plenty of old Leeds shirts and stuff on there as well if you want to check that out. I don't know anything about the ref. Somebody else in the chat might be able to answer you on that one, Martin. Oh, yeah, I was wondering why they were playing Elton John, and then I remembered it's Watford were playing. There we go. Oh, we're underway. I turned it off and then on again, and perfect timing, and then accidentally turned it off again. Here's James. We're underway here. Into Piru. Plays it out wide to Brendan Aronson on the right-hand side. Cleared there by Watford. Won again, though, by Joe Rodon. Headed forward there by Bogle, and now Aronson with a chance to cross. He plays it across the box. It's fallen to Piru, just over the bar. Early signs there that Leeds are going to be trying to attack here. Good by Aronson, good by Piru, but blocked over the bar in the end. And it's going to be a Leeds United corner kick. Oh, see, that would have been a good strike as well, but it came off the back of the head of the defender. Gruev, 2 arms up then, which to me, when I've played, has suggested it might be a back post one. Oh, it's right in the middle, but that's 110. Solomon trying to get the ball out of the corner. He does well. Here's Tanaka. Tanaka tries to play it across the box. It's cleared, though, by Watford. Only as far as Jaden Bogle, who... he's going to have to go backwards with this one and plays it to Joe Rodon. I don't think there was much he did wrong there, Piru, to be fair. It was a good block by the defender. Here's Tanaka, now Aronson. Aronson, Bogle. I had Aronson on my mind from that earlier cross. Here's Gruev. Oh, fantastic ball from Gruev into Firpo. Firpo gets it across the box. Solomon's in the box. He went to have a shot there. He feels like he might have been fouled. And the ball was cleared eventually by Watford. Headed away by Ampadu, but then another header forward here, and Watford might be on the break. Leeds need to be careful here as the ball spread out wide to the left-hand side for Chekvatadze, the Georgian. Now Sissoko. Back into the middle. Taken away, though, and here's Tanaka. Here's the team, CB. Good foot there by the defender as Leeds tried to play the ball in behind for Joel Piru. Now Watford play out from the back. Look, Watford aren't a side who are going to roll over and let us win. They are going to try and take the game to us at times here, so it's important that we don't let our concentration drop at any point like this with the ball about to be crossed into the box, and that's a handball from Ampadu. Is it going to be given by the referee? I feel like it may. And a shot from distance. It's the bar or the post or just past the post. It's hard to see, but the ball came into the box there. Ampadu flicked it up off his own foot into his hand. I'd have really wanted a handball if that was the other way around. Ampadu just kicks it against his own hand. What do you guys think? Personally, I think if it was the other way, I'd really want it. There's a corner kick here anyway for Watford. Right in front of the Leeds fans. Across to the edge of the box. Volleyed. Oh my God, that's just past the post after the deflection. And it's going to be, it's Kayembe, I think. It was like a FIFA corner that way. There's just someone free on the edge of the box and you cross it to them and they volley it and it just went past the post, having, I think, first hit a Leeds player. Another corner then from Watford. Leeds should be aware to that one this time. Ball crossed into the box. Goes over everybody. And it's going to go out for a goal kick on the far side. Here's Bogle. Now Dan James, back to Tanaka. Tanaka does well. He's so tidy with the ball and gives the ball back to Ampadu. Gruev. Ampadu. Ampadu with a lovely ball over the top, but can't quite get it to Solomon. Loser does well to get the ball away. Now the ball all the way back with the Watford goalkeeper now as he sends it long over the halfway line. Yeah, it has been quite a good game so far. Even in these first 5 minutes, there's been a few chances at both ends and quite a fast-paced game. Probably Mr. P. I mean, it's usually something like that. Just like the offside rule was changed as well after Bamford's against Palace. Do you remember when he pointed to say, "Click, pass me the ball"? Click passed it to him, and his arm was offside, and that's what stopped the goal counting. Tanaka, tried to play a ball for Solomon. It was a bit behind him, and then was slide tackled away by the Watford player. Watford trying to play out from the back now. Good bit of football by them. Do they always have red shorts, Watford? Why do I have memories of them playing in yellow and maybe black shorts? Or I don't know. It just feels weird that they've got red shorts on. I don't know whether I'm having one of those moments or what. Anyway, here's Bogle. Piru. Bogle again. Dan James and Bogle not on the same wavelength there. And it can be played back to the Watford goalkeeper, who again clears it long up to the halfway line. But this time it's been picked up by a Watford player and then won back by Jayden Bogle. But no, actually, it's going to be a free kick to Watford after a pull by Gruev on the shirt of Doumbia. I'm not sure I am looking forward to VAR, you know. I think I'd rather one human... Like, you can forgive one human on their own for making a mistake. You know, also being able to only see the instance once. I can't forgive a group of people watching it on a screen and still getting it wrong after being able to see multiple replays and having the benefit of that. Just doesn't sit right with me. You're a Watford anyway, just inside their own half. He's loser now. Ball out to the left-hand side now. Back again. All the way to the goalkeeper here. Check for Tadze. Into Doumbia. Now Kayembe. Played out to the left back now. And Ngakia trying to come forward. Bogle does really well there to get the ball away. And he leads the throw in. It is nice, isn't it? Like, unless you can really kick on when you get in the Premier League and really get somewhere, like obviously Brighton have taken a long time to do it, but eventually have. Or do a Newcastle where you inject a lot of money and it does work. Unless you can do that, the Premier League's pretty miserable. And the sweet spot for, let's be honest, a lot of clubs like Sheffield United, Watford, Norwich, and that for the last 10, 15 years, a lot of the time, the sweet spot is that year when you're doing really well in the Championship and you're beating nearly everyone, you're winning nearly every week, and eventually it results in promotion, which is like the happiest thing ever, and then it's really just quite upsetting for a year after that, isn't it? So long ball forward here from Watford, but done well there, Rodon, to keep the ball. Now Solomon chips that one back to Firpo, who plays it into Ampadu now. Now Gruev. Yeah, Forest are doing well as well. It's getting lucky, isn't it, and getting the right manager at the right time. Because can you imagine if we had have sacked Marsh and got Unai Emery in, or Iraola, who we were also going for as well, or Arne Slot, who we were also going for as well. So many of those instances were sliding doors moments where if we'd have done it and if we'd have pulled the trigger, we'd have we might have done really, really well, and we might have been in the position Forest are in, or Bournemouth, or whoever in the league. And we didn't take any of those chances, where hindsight is a wonderful thing. So, look, there was no guarantee that those things would have worked out perfectly. Different managers might not work for different teams, but I think we'd have had a better chance. Great ball there from Leeds as Solomon is in down the left-hand side here. Looking for a chance to cross the ball in towards the back post. Headed back by Dan James. Drops in the box for Piru. Blocked, and it's gone wide. Again, I do think that Solomon did slightly slow down the move there by hitting that with his... cutting back inside and then hitting it with his foot. Hitting it with his strong foot rather than his weak foot and crossing it in with his left foot. No, that was whilst we already had Jesse Marsh, a lot of that. That was another corner that I missed there, so let's make sure I account for that one. Rodon heads it towards goal, but no, that's going to be corner 112. God, we're bad at corners. It's actually laughable. Watford having a little bit of a break here. Kayembe back to Loser. Now Kayembe again. Loser again. Back all the way to the defence. Loser. Imran Loser. Louza. Loser. Not loser. Leeds are pressing a little bit here just to force them into playing back to their own goalkeeper. Leeds win the ball back there. And that is a foul on Tanaka in the centre circle. Can you imagine if he played for Toulouse? And it's loser for Toulouse. Solomon plays a really good ball into Aronson. Then Aronson needs to find a passing option. Here's Joel Peru inside the box. Now Peru, straight at the goalkeeper. Really unlucky from a Leeds point of view there that the finish wasn't good. He should have done better though. He really should have done better, Joel Peru. He is on his weaker foot, but perhaps Dan James was the better option. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. We've got over 100 people in the chat, and we all know that when we hit 100 likes, we score. But as it stands, 0-0 here, and Gaki are playing the ball forward into Doumbia. Good foot, though, by Tanaka, and Leeds win the ball back. Here's Bogle, now Aronson. Bogle again out on the wing. Oh, he's actually dribbled the ball into touch there, and it's going to be a throw-in to Watford. Here's Tanaka. Back to Bogle. Leeds need to try and get the ball away here. They do win themselves a throw-in. Have faith in Joel Peru. He's scored a lot of goals for us this season. Don't think he was saying that he didn't have faith. He's just saying that it was... Actually, no, you are saying lazy again, but I don't think it's lazy. I think he's just not worked out for him that time. Would we take a draw? I mean, we'd have to if we were given one, because there's not much we can do about it. But I think we can win this game. I really do. Isn't it crazy how if you did have a 7-7 draw, your goal difference would still be 0, even though you conceded 7 goals? Yeah, but he was cutting back in on his weak foot and the angle was tight, so I think it's forgivable. I would like to have seen him hit the ball with his left foot across the goalkeeper, because if the goalkeeper palms it out, he's probably more than likely palming it out towards Dan James, because he was at the other side. So that's maybe where I would have liked to see that shot go from Peru. But we're all right at the moment. Here's Ampadu. Even in TJ Ray. No, it's a security camera sat on top of a candle. Here's Tanaka. Oh, now Firpo with a good ball here into Solomon. Solomon's inside the box. Can he find it? Oh, he shoots. It was greedy there. He should have tried to pass it. Dan James. Now Bogle in the box. Bogle tries to shoot, but... And now Aronson, and it just will not drop for Leeds. And eventually it's cleared, and now Watford are on the break here. Here's Chekvatadze out on the left-hand side. Joe Rodon and Bogle trying to stop them. Bogle's done really well to get back there, and a good foot by Tanaka. Now picked up by Daniel James. It's now going to be a Leeds throw-in after that slide tackle from the Watford centre-back. Gruev now. Firpo. Chips that one forward. Again to Solomon. Solomon tries to play it into the box, but it's blocked by the first man. Good tackle there by Aronson, and then no, it's not. It's a free kick to Watford. I thought that was a decent tackle, that by Brendan Aronson. Yeah. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that was a really good tackle by Aronson. He's been pulled up for it, which is very frustrating. Ball back with the Watford defence now. Oh, they've given the ball right to Dan James. Dan James is in behind here. Dan James, 1-0. Don't make mistakes like that. Do not make mistakes like that with Dan James around, because he will punish you, and he will do it fast and in style. Watford have played really well so far. Really well. But giving the ball to Dan James, basically throw on goal, you're just nailing your own coffin there. Really good finish. So the centre-back has it here. He plays it and then into the midfield, and then that he just doesn't look. He really doesn't look. And then Dan James just runs through on goal and puts it in the back of the net. Who is it? Ngakia. Not Ngakia. What's he called? Kayembe, maybe? I can't tell from there, but he just passes it straight to Dan James through on goal, and Dan James just says, "Thank you very much. I'll have that." Hey, goalkeeper probably could have done better. And you see it from behind. It was it was right by the goalkeeper's hands, but good finish. We're underway again, 1-0. So lovely. Look, I don't believe in jinxing things. Whatever I say has no effect on anything that happens in this game. So what I'll say is, our record when we've gone ahead in games is ridiculous. I don't even know what it's up to anymore, but we've gone ahead first in this game, so we usually every single time go on to win the games. So come on, Leeds. Just whilst we've got a throw in our own half, I'll just have a little look around the ground, see what's happening. So Derby 0, Oxford United 0, Portsmouth 2, Cardiff 0, Coventry 0, QPR 0, Norwich 0, Preston 1. Burnley Hull is tomorrow night, which I actually didn't realise. Sunderland Luton is tomorrow night, and Sheffield United Middlesbrough is also tomorrow night. So we play ahead of them all, which I've got to say I much prefer it when we play ahead of them all. I really do. Is Bogle. Cut out there by Ngakia, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in just inside the Watford half. Good feet there by Tanaka, and gives the ball back to Rodon. Probably Burnley give up a goal, to be honest. We just do not seem to be able to take corner kicks, and definitely don't seem to be able to head them in first time. That's the main thing, Trev, as long as we win. He's Melier now. Ampadu. Back to Melier. I don't really know, Martin. Like, some players just don't really smile. I don't really get it. Like, he has a laugh. He seems to have a laugh in the training ground videos and all those other bits, interviews and stuff where you see him. So I don't really get why maybe he's just so focused. I don't know, but after you've scored a goal, that's the moment where you can be like happy and celebrate. Good winner there by Leeds, and now Gurev doing what he does best and actually covering that full-back position. Only the life of a Leeds fan over the last 20 years. Before that, it was batter everybody else and win trophies. But we've got some owners with proper backing behind them now. So if we do go up, you might see... you might not see that we're such whipping boys at the bottom of the league. He's Imran Loser. Does too much in the end, and now Brendan Aronson can draw a free kick and get the ball back for Leeds. Ampadu, good ball there into Solomon. He's got Firpo who's gone beyond him, but instead he goes backwards to Ampadu again. Do you have specific players you would like, Max, or just position-wise? It's always different, isn't it? I had a lot of specific players that I wanted this season when, in the summer, Ilan Cabal and the like, those number 10s. I would still like to see a number 10. Sorry, Pete. Have you not got anything better to do? Leeds are a bigger club than Spurs. I'm putting it out there. Leeds are a bigger club than Spurs, so I wouldn't. We don't have to pump fake fan noise into our own stadium to seem like it's got an atmosphere. Anyway, Gruev here with the free kick. Good ball into the box there from Gruev, and the goalkeeper just has to kind of deal with it at the last minute. It's a really good ball in by Gruev, but just nobody's there at the back. Somebody should have been there at the back post to tap that in. Long ball forward there from Watford, and Leeds can pick that one up through Ampadu, who gives it back to Meslier and then clears it long. Here's Tanaka. Gives it into Aronson. Now Dan James on the right-hand side. Dan James shoots. It's blocked. It's still bobbling around in the box, and then eventually it goes in. So the goalkeeper's arms, but that could have easily been... that could have easily been a second goal for Leeds there. Dan James's shot blocked, and then the ball just bobbling around in the box, and Aronson couldn't quite get on the seconds. That's not really how it works, Pete, that you have to be in the Premier League to be a big club. Forest were in the Championship for years like us and are also a big club. I would say that Leeds, Villa, Forest, Everton, Newcastle are around the same size in terms of clubs who are all have the potential to be developed into Big Six clubs. See, I didn't think people were really calling their kids Pete anymore. But obviously someone did about 12 years ago. This must be a 12-year-old, because otherwise it's really, really sad. If you're a grown man coming onto a Leeds stream for no reason, when Leeds absolutely have no beef with Spurs whatsoever, you must be a 12-year-old boy. Here's Imran Loser. Ball in, offside there. Must be against Sissoko. Leeds clear in the end, but Sissoko was definitely offside for me there. Anyway, here's Aronson playing the ball forwards to Joel Peru. Peru plays it into Dan James. Dan James is in on goal here. Dan James for number 2. Dan James puts it in the back of the net. Shove that up your pipe and smoke it, Pete. Get out. Let's get rid of you. 2-0. Great counter-attack. Really good ball from Peru. And then Leeds bang it in the back of the net. Sometimes I just think Dan James... sometimes he'll miss chances like that, and other times he will just bang him in the top corner, and it's like... Yeah, really good finish, Dan James. That's 2 for him. Another assist for Peru as well, which puts his goal contributions. He's now top of the league on goal contributions. He is smiling. He did smile for like 2 seconds. We want 7. Look, 2-0, 29 minutes in. I couldn't have asked for much more. Cutting inside now, Watford, and then cleared away by a combination of Tanaka and Ampadu, but I think it was Tanaka that was fouled there, and it's going to be Leeds' free kick here, just as Doumbia gets the ball back for us. No, I don't think so, CB. Surely not. The door's shut, Ruggy, just because last time she was kind of jumping all over the desk. She'll be downstairs with the dog somewhere. Oh, they're in behind here, Watford. Sissoko was in down the right-hand side, but Meslier makes a good save point blank there as he charged out to it. And now Leeds just need to be careful here that we don't let any space open up in chances in situations like that. Look, I think there's an argument to say, yeah, let's not completely kill the game and back off once we've scored. But at certain points, it's like, okay, well, maybe it's not worth risking sending Firpo and Bogle forward at the same point, because you do have gaps in behind if you send them both forward. Watford look like they've got a lot more of an attacking threat than Cardiff, though. It's just that they'd seem to be a bit loose and shaky at the back. Yeah, that is actually true. The commentators just said if it wasn't for Burnley, everybody would be raving about Leeds' defence more than they are, because Leeds have got, I think Mellier's got 19 clean sheets, which is actually really mental, isn't it? Let's have a look at the Championship table. Oh, wrong button. Table. Yeah, Leeds have only conceded 19 goals, which would be, yeah, it would be considered really, really good if Burnley hadn't conceded only 9 goals. Burnley have only scored 37 goals, and we've scored 64. No foul for that, and it's going to be Leeds to keep the ball here. Here's Bogle. Our goal difference is more than 20 teams in the division have scored. Yeah, that's a good stat, to be fair. Here's Aronson winning the ball back. Aronson's having a good game, I must say. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Really done well there, Aronson. Why is that, CB? Because he's pulled. You. So throw in here for Leeds. Here's Firpo. A hair ribbon. I'm sure you can come up with the word headband. Ooh, Leeds have scored 3-0. Solomon just shot from the edge of the box. It took a terrible deflection for Watford's point of view, and it just ended up in the back of the net. That's why I didn't really react. I wasn't expecting it. He shot, and it just deflected and wrong-footed the goalkeeper, much like what happened to Darlow in the FA Cup. Yeah, 3-0 up, 34 minutes in. Not much to say, is there, really? Yeah, look. Yeah, the goalkeeper maybe still had time to Goalkeeper maybe still would have had time to adjust himself and dive, but... You were nearly right, Chazza. Nearly. Our goal difference is now plus 46. Watford trying to come out from the back here. '55th minute. We'll remember that, Chazza. Long ball forward there. Bogle trying to battle there. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. It's more of a verbal thing than an actual organisation or anything, Isaac. Or at least I think. I don't even know how to let him back in now that I've hidden him from... It just said hide user from channel, so I clicked it, and I mean, he might have been typing messages that no one can see this whole time, which is a nice thought to have. Oh, Bogles feels like he was fouled there, so it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. The Bogle flop, yeah. We'll be sending players out on loan to Spurs when they're in the Championship. Here's Aronson. Leeds coming forward again. Dan James inside the box here. Dan James tries to get it across, and it's actually going to go out for a throw in there, that block. Nobody's talking about you, Isaac, other than my reply to you about the goalkeepers union. Leeds singing the Manchester not very good, not very good, not very good song against Watford away. We're very random like that, but Aronson trying to keep the ball there, but he loses it, and now Loser tries to get the ball away. Here is Loser again. Good foot there by the Leeds defender. Firpo it was, but Leeds do win the ball back here. Ampadu, all the way back to Meslier. Rodon's the option, and he gives it to him. Rodon charges forward there, loses the ball, but there's no real danger as the ball's just kind of lumped along by Watford. Gruev can come and pick it up. Sorry, I'm just having a little... I was just listening to what the commentators were saying. I think they're talking about Tanaka, saying they think he's probably Premier League ready. Firpo trying to get the ball forward there. Cleared away by Ngakia. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, let's get some likes in the chat. Yeah, look, they don't look that bad in attack because they've had a few chances, but defensively they're just falling to pieces. No one can catch us now. Yeah, I don't believe in jinx, so fair enough if you think that. Yep, 3 decent goals as well. Look, a couple of them have been from mistakes, but I think we had to win. After this game, we've got to win 7 more games to get 90 points. If we can do them 7 in a row, that would be nice. Oh, thank you, Philip. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, Phil Crew. Thank you for the context. I just didn't think about that. Leeds pretty much showing that if you come out to play against us, I'm adding that, you're going to give up goals. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You know, that any team that has tried to play against us, and look, Cardiff tried to play against us, and they're about as much use as a chocolate fireguard in defence. So we've really put them to the sword, and we're doing the same thing to Watford here. Here's Ngakia. Kayembe. Back to the defence here again. Well, not necessarily that we're up, but if we've hit 90 points, the sooner we hit 90 points, the better. But if we hit 90 points, it's obviously in every year other than last year in 1990-something, when Sunderland didn't go up on 90 points, it's meant that you've gone up. So I think it's you give yourself a very good chance, a high likelihood. I think Burnley will be the ones to fall away. Ball put in the box there by Imran Loser. Cleared away by Ampadu. Oh, Dan James. He's on a run here. He's gone from a shot from distance. Oh, just past the post. He shot from, when I say shot from distance, I mean like just inside the Watford half. He's so fast, Dan James. The ball comes over Ngakia, and Dan James just runs past him and gets it back, and then he goes for a first-time shot. Nearly did something special there. Yeah, I think if you've got your phone this way round and then you turn it this way round, you'll be able to like it. I think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, the goalkeeper wasn't comfortable with that one, was he? It's Kayembe. Played backwards here to Ngakia. Kayembe again. Ngakia again. Now into the midfield. Back again to Pollock. Now Ngakia. Check Vitadze. Back again to Pollock again at the back. He's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper here. How many points if we win every game left? How many games are remaining? If we win our last 8, then that's... Wait, how many games do we play? So we've got what? We've got 14 games left. So we could get another 42 points, which would get us over 100 points if we won every game left, but it's unlikely. 2 minutes added on, by the way, to this first half, but Leeds are on the break again here. Here's Aronson playing it into Dan James. Dan James looking for a cross into the box, plays it in towards the back post. Solomon's controlled it. If he can get a crossing angle here, Leeds might have a chance to make it 4. Played it back now to Firpo. Into Aronson. Aronson's got Gurev, but he hasn't seen him yet. Plays it all the way back to Rodon, who plays it across to Ampadu. Yep, 3-0 Leeds. Here's Tanaka. Hold on a second. Doesn't Tanaka usually wear 22? Is it me, or is he wearing 27 tonight? Here's Dan James. Left-footed cross. Cleared away. It's going to be a Leeds throw in here. I'm sure Tanaka always wears the number 22 shirt. Unless I just missaw. Didn't see it right on his actual shirt here. Here's Bogle with the throw down the line. Here is Tanaka with the header. Oh no, he has got 22 on his shirt. Maybe that's just me being an idiot. Nobody else is wearing a 27 shirt, are they? No. Yeah, he is 22. I am watching on a tablet from here. So, cut me some slack. Well, that's half time. I'm going to do the traditional reset as well. I expect to come back to 100 likes for those of you who do stay. The screen's going to go black for a short while. I'll just turn that timer off, actually. The screen's going to go black for a short while whilst I just reset the PC so we don't have any crashes in the second half. Join me for the second half shortly. So I leave for 5 minutes. I do a PC reset. I get everything sorted and I come back and I look in the chat and everybody's lost their minds. We've got people saying, "Here, kitty, kitty." People pretending to be cats. And look, I've got nothing to say about that. Let's move on. Shrewsy is saying, or Shrewy, sorry, is saying James for hat-trick. Yeah, I'd like him to get himself a hat-trick. It doesn't really happen very often, does it, for Leeds? Someone gets a hat-trick. We seem to have so many different scorers. But look, we've hit 100 likes now as well. 104 likes. Thanks, everybody. I know, CB. I was also kind of joking with it. Sajal saying away stand at Vicarage Road is packed to the rafters. Loads of empty seats for the home fans. Can't beat Leeds fans. No one at the moment. You can't beat Leeds as well in the league. No, Matt Ode saying get Joseph some minutes now. I don't think Joseph should have minutes again. He was so bad against Millwall. He's been consistently bad. He's been consistently bad in general for Leeds. I don't see. I'd rather play Patrick Bamford on crutches at the moment than Mateo Joseph. His goal against Cardiff, Mateo Joseph, was his first goal since October, I think. So, look, I'm not... Apparently, Verba's having knee surgery or something as well. Well, we do seem to be getting back on the pitch now. I just don't see anything to be done with Mateo Joseph. I think he should have gone out on loan, and I think we should have signed a second striker to back up Joel Piroux. I think that should have been the way we did it, but we just don't seem to have seen the need as a club. But his performance against Millwall was really, really bad. Oh, we're about to be ready for the second half. We're underway here. This is why I wanted him to go out on loan with Joseph and then bring somebody else in as a backup for Joel Piroux, but that never happened, so we kind of have to deal with it. How old is Mateo Joseph anyway? He's got to be like 20. I have to turn my keyboard off. Mateo Joseph. Mateo Joseph is 21. Yes, he's young, but I'm not enjoying him. Ball back here with Pollock now. Now Loser. Ball forward now out to the right-hand side here for Watford. Tackled, though, by Firpo. They made some substitutions, Watford. I feel like they might have done. Let's have a look. Oh, no, Andrews has been on the entire time. He's there right back. I should probably have this up at some point just so I can tell what their players are called. I know all our players, but sometimes I don't know what their players are called. Some Watford fans did leave at half-time. Is Bamford even on the bench? No, he's knacked. I don't know what he's... I don't know where he is or what he's doing. Probably subs at 70th minute, yeah. Sorry, I missed your comment before, Karen. Verba having his second knee up. Have we not seen that Firpo can't do it in the Premier League, though? Here's Loser. Here's Loser again in the midfield for Watford. Plays it out to the right-hand side for Andrews. Ball down the line here for Sissoko. Musa Sissoko tries to cross it in, but it's going to be a... it's going to be a corner. I think it might have been a goal kick, you know. I think it came back off Sissoko after it hit Tanaka. Oh, it's a goal kick. It's been given the right way. It is a goal kick. Yeah, but we did have. You don't forget that Firpo was also playing under Bielsa. Speaking of which, here is Firpo. Ball down the line here for Solomon, and in the end, it's taken away by Abankwah. I'm back. If you can hear me, let me know. Hello, I'm back. Loser. Pull back to Pollock. Now Ngakia. Carrying it forward here. Inside now for Chekvatadze, but taken away by Aronson. But it's still Chekvatadze going with the ball here. Played to Loser. Loser to Kayembe, and then out wide again to Ngakia. Ngakia looks to cross. Good block by Bogle. Gets it away. It goes all the way back to Pollock. Really poor ball from Kayembe, I think it was there again, the one who gave the ball away for the first goal, and he's just played it straight out for his for a corner kick for Leeds. The Leeds fans are singing "You're effing S, you're effing S, you're effing S." You seem like a gammon. YouTube censors our free speech because of your name, and then also Watford are on the break here, and also you've know nothings, do you? Because we've got new owners now with a lot of money behind them. So, what? Whoever you support haven't got Will Ferrell paying for their transfers. Yeah, they are Sajal, but Watford were playing quite well for periods of that first half. Did we have a corner then, by the way, I'm sure we had a corner then. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was CB. Although I think he'd be crying about the size of the club thing we said before if it was. Oh, he's a Millwall fan, yep, so... Here's Firpo. Here's Solomon. Big Chazza perfectly encapsulates it there. Free kick to Leeds there after an Andrews tackle on Solomon. Yeah, he just gets tripped there, Solomon. It's a chance for Leeds to put the ball in the box from this free kick. Looks like it might be Solomon to take it as well. Firpo, Aronson, Solomon. They've never really put the free kick into the box there. Solomon's still going and then cleared by Deli Bashiru, I think it was. Yeah, it was. And it's going to be a goal kick after it came off Solomon. Really terrible Really terrible free kick there from Leeds. Long ball from Deli Bashiru out to the right-hand side for Andrews. You should be thanking us anyway. We've loaned you a few players over the last few years. Or at least one, anyway. Poor shot there by young Thomas Ince. Not sure he's young anymore. Tom Ince. 1992. He's 33, Tom Ince. Bloody hell, he's 33. When White Swan, when you say you've been there, you don't mean metaphorically, like I've been in that situation. You mean actually been to Millwall, do you? Here's Ampadu. Now Gruev. Ball down the line here to Solomon. Oh, great ball into Firpo. Firpo puts it across the face of goal, and Piru was nearly there to finish that one off, but the goalkeeper and Pollock, a combination of the two of them, managed to clear that one away. Good ball into the box there. Well, that's the thing with Firpo. He always puts the ball into the box at the right time, a lot of the time early, and that's what I was disappointed with about Byram in general. Well, Ngakia is coming off and Larucci is replacing him. I think they might have made a couple of other substitutions as well. Gruev with a corner kick. Headed away. Which makes it 1-14. Here's Melier. Here's Ampadu. Long clearance. Really, really good touch there from Jayden Bogle. Pulls that one out of the sky and then gets fouled by Tom Ince. Good play there from Piru to bring the ball back. Good ball from Tanaka out wide to Firpo. Firpo with a good ball down the line now to Manor Solomon. Now Tanaka. Oh, Tanaka's run round in circles there. Now we pass the ball to Solomon in the box. Now Piru. 4-0. That's unbelievable feat there by Joel Piru. That's so good by Piru. It really is. How old is Joel Piru? I don't think I've ever even thought about this. I feel like he's not that old. He's only 25. Joel Piru's only 25. The next Robin van Persie. Robin van Piru. Tanaka does so well. He just turns Tom Ince inside out. gives it to Solomon. Solomon plays it across, and the feet of Piru there. Oh, great feet from him. And then he just slots it past the goalkeeper. Well, the game's dead and buried now. Let's hope we can get some more just for the entertainment factor. Joel Piru now 1 goal off top scorer of the championship, or joint top scorer with Borja Sainz. Forgot that he was only 25. Oh, Solomon's intercepted another pass here from them, and now Piru's in the box. Goalkeeper saves it. It's going to be a corner to Leeds. Joel Piru was the goal scorer in that one. I'd imagine we might see Ramazani and Nonto, for the wings. Mateo Joseph in the 9 and Piru in the 10 is probably what I'm expecting us to see. Oh, sorry, CB. I thought you were actually asking. That's the benefit of being able to hear someone in real life against being able to see a chat. Yeah, Bogle wins, Leeds a free kick. Good feet there by Bogle. His foot was stamped on in the first instance, and then he was fouled again. Thanks, Rob. We definitely did it on purpose. Oh, great ball there. Bogle's in behind here. Chance for them to cross the ball in the box. Solomon's missed a sitter, but it was offside anyway. So his, whatever that's thing, his blushes have been saved. Something like that. It doesn't really matter now, does it? We're winning 4-0. Yeah, offside, but it doesn't really matter, does it, at this point? You have to put Elton's piano over the goal line to avoid more goals. Here's Andrews. Not more entertaining, Sajal, but potentially more effective football. It's scoring us a lot of goals, not conceding many. It's not necessarily as entertaining as end-to-end as so many counter-attacks or anything like that, but you can't argue with the results. Yeah, we can basically say, look, we can win without the ball as well. Yeah, that's what I'd go with, Sajal. We're not saying I said definitely more entertaining football under Bielsa, but in terms of how effective we're being this season, certainly one of the best I've seen in years and years. But then that's not much to compare, is it? Other than Bielsa. Watford just keep the ball in, out on the left-hand side. Look, if we even if we win 5-0, I think we've been spoiled by the fact that we won 7-0. If we won 5-0 without that 7-0 win, we'd be saying, "Oh, there's the big win that we've wanted for ages." Foul against Aronson, and Leeds are going to win a free kick just inside the centre circle. Clark Gable. I'll have to give that one a Google, Jeff, because that is quite a while before my time. I find it a bit crazy that, like when you're the age of footballers I find it a bit crazy that I'm older than Joel Peru. Like, I'm 2 years older than Joel Peru, but he just seems like he seems like he's just older than me. I don't know. When you look at footballers and you're similar age to them, like your football age, it doesn't seem like some of these players would be younger than you. I don't know. They always feel like they're older than you. Weird. Here's Tanaka. Now Bogle. Dan James. Oh, wow. Unlucky from Dan James. The ball played to the edge of the box, then backheeled in front of Dan James to hit on the full, and he just dragged it past the post. Really good. Michael saying unreal performance here, chance after chance in groove state, like Aronson said last week. And Aronson himself has played a good part in it today. I think he's been really good. I've been really happy with Aronson's performance. Here's Bogle. Bogle's running miles here. Now Piru. Now Solomon inside the box. Solomon goes to shoot. Ball bobbling round here. Is the ball going to pop up? Piru tries to shoot. And now Tanaka! Oh, unlucky. Tanaka shoots from distance as the ball bobbled out towards the edge of the box. And he just put it wide of the post there on the half volley. Unlucky there for Tanaka. I mean, he is great, Paul. And he's amazing. And of course, I love Bielsa. But what I will say is that Uruguay aren't a small fish in that Copa America. They've got some very good players, including some excellent Real Madrid players. And even though people like, I don't even know if Cavani's still playing, but Suarez, Cavani, that sort of ilk. They've also got Darwin Nunez. They've got a lot of good players. Here's Dan James. Jose Maria Jimenez as well at the back. Oh, Firpo nearly was in behind there. Can be a Leeds throw in. Free kick here to Watford. Another substitute here for Watford. Deli Bashiru is going off. And Ramirez Espan is coming on. I'd like us to be looking forward to it, looking towards our next games as well, to be fair, John, and get on some fresh legs to give our players rest. Although I can actually see that some of the players have just run back to the bench to get stripped off, so it looks like we will be making some subs soon. Looked like it was Ramazani and Nonto, yeah, Sujal, I think so. Here's Pollock with the clearance. Headed away by Ampadu. Gruev. Tries to play it forward there to Solomon, but he doesn't quite make it. Oh, this is what you call it? An unexpected one. They're singing the "Oh Stuart Dallas, he comes from Cookstown, but he was meant to play for Leeds. He'll play at right back, he'll play at left back, he'll play wherever Bielsa needs. Oh Stuart Dallas." He might be there in the crowd or something, I don't know, or doing coverage for somebody else. Who knows? But I remember I was at one of the first games. Not sure if it was the first game or it was one of the first games that chant started to come out. It was Everton away. I went on my own, and yeah, there's a YouTube short on my channel where I was like, "Oh, I better capture this. The first time this chant's coming out." Here's the teenage substitute for Watford. Ball back to Pollock now. I was attempting to do it in somewhat of a chanty voice, Martin. It wasn't a serious attempt to sing. Check for Tadze is now going to take this corner here for Watford after Bogle got a foot in on that challenge. A big strong Leeds defensive header on this one. Ball was about to come in the box there and the referee blew his whistle. I think there's a bit of pushing and shoving in the box there between, must be Kayembe and Ampadu maybe. I mean, look, he might be able to do a job, White Swan, for 10 minutes at the end of a game against headed away there. I wouldn't say things like that, CB. Clive T might explode. Here's Piru. Now Tanaka. Clears the ball. Oh, it's actually made it there to Aronson. Oh no, nearly. Another ball's been given back to the goalkeeper. Dan James was on the run there. I would say there's a difference, CB. What I would say is that there's Farke has better game management. That's what I would say. Farke definitely has better game management. Nonto and Ramazani then coming off the bench for Dan James and Manor Solomon. It's a shame, though, because Millwall will have one more game in the FA Cup and lose, so it's not exactly like too much to brag about. Like, I could understand if you had just won the FA Cup, but it's never going to happen, so. Here's Tanaka. How wide to Firpo now? You might have really touched a nerve, CB. I wouldn't push it. It's a free kick to Leeds there. I think it was the most goals a team had ever conceded in a calendar month. which is not a good record to have. Here's Tanaka. So another corner to Leeds. Bogle tried to play the ball forward there. Then Nonto got to the byline, was about to cross, and then it got tackled into touch. Gruev crosses that one into the box, but the goalkeeper comes and claims that one, and then clever bit of play there, to be fair, from whoever that was from Leeds. Somebody knocked the goalkeeper over just as he was about to do a long throw-in to try and put them on the counter-attack, and somebody just barged him over. Didn't even get themselves a yellow card, so... Look, there's no point dwelling on the past, and talking about Bielsa only causes arguments. It only causes arguments, so let's focus on modern-day Leeds and not talk about things that we can't change. I mean, I can't stop you, but all I'm saying is there's no point to it, and everybody just upsets themselves and argues. So, as the teacher and as the resident adult here, I'm saying, come on now, no more Bielsa chat. Let's talk about the fact we're 4-0 up against Watford. Leeds are I think Leeds are about to bring on Rothwell, but Watford have just taken off Pollock, I think, and brought on another centre back here. Joel Pirou's coming off now. For some reason, Martin, whatever you're putting in the chat is empty. Oh, that's you saying no more. Oh, right, okay. I wondered what that was. So, Mateo can't pass 5 yards. Joseph is coming on, and so is Joe Rothwell as well. So that's mean. That's mean. He couldn't pass 5 yards in the Millwall game. He couldn't, but let's hope he performs better now. Let's hope he does something special, hey? Let's be positive. Sheffield United host Middlesbrough tomorrow. That's not a layup. Yeah. No problem for you, Sajal. You obviously didn't expect that to happen. It was a fair enough comment for discussion. Good foot there by Rothwell. First contribution, and Ampadu plays the ball forward to Ramazani. Ramazani can't quite get there in front of the goalkeeper. Really good ball, though, by Ampadu. Oh, sorry, it was Nonto, not Ramazani. I think maybe if it was Ramazani, he might have got there. Yeah, I think I tend to agree, Kiwi White, but I think we've just got to deal with it. And next season, I think we probably sign another striker. I think he might be a bit older than that, to be fair, Paul. Look at Harry Kane. He didn't peak till he was like 28, 29, 30, 31. That's kind of his peak it's been. Headed away by Firpo. Now Ramazani with a good little turn on the touchline. We seem to kind of have got this away game monkey off our back, don't we? At the moment, so that's good to see. Ramazani goes to shoot. I thought it might have taken a little deflection. Look, Clive, nobody else is talking about Bielsa anymore, so I think the conversation's at an end on that one. Yeah, Burnley versus Hull as well. Of course, Luton have been terrible this season, but we there's always a chance. Here's Ince, I think. Oh no, sorry, it was Larousse. And then Ramazani with a good feet there. See, this is Ramazani's out on the left-hand side this time, so he's doing really well. Now into Brendan Aronson. Back now to Matteo Joseph. Oh my God, Matteo Joseph, man. Wow. That was really poor from Matteo Joseph. He got given the ball in the box on a really good counter-attack where Ramazani had worked really hard to get him the ball. And he just took a terrible touch and rolled it straight to their defender. Good foot there. Here's Aronson. Here's Matteo Joseph. Now to Aronson. Leeds fans olaying every time a pass is made. Really good little move there by Aronson. Aronson tries to play it through to Nonto. Unlucky there. Well, it might be Ramazani, actually, because he's switched over into the middle now. Loser played into the box there. Off the bar by Watford. Check for Tadze, hits the crossbar, and Leeds keep their clean sheet for now. I know that the time is being really weird, by the way. So we just have to... We've got 43 seconds left on the Super Chat timer. 41 seconds, 40 seconds. Oh, no. Yeah, they got through on goal there and then just hit it off the crossbar. I think Meslier... Oh, Meslier... Who's that? Meslier, Firpo, and Ampadu all down here after that chance there for Watford. Meslier seems to be hurting a little bit as well. I don't know if he took something in. I think he might have just took something in the eye, which... weird to say that that's a good thing, but it's not a muscle injury or a break or anything like that, is it? See you, Robert. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, they could, Philip, I think, but it'd be different types of players, and I think more effective it would be for Aronson at the moment. I don't understand that, right? If it's 1-0, Strouk's coming on for Ampadu, by the way. If it's 1-0, right, and it's late on in a game, and a substitute on the opposite team, the team that are winning, a substitute is taking ages to go off the pitch, I get it that the other pitch would go... The other player who's on the losing side would go, come on, hurry up, get off the pitch, we want to try and get back in the game, etc. But when you're 4-0 down, why is Imran Loser telling Ampadu to hurry up and get off the pitch? Like, you're 4-0 down. There's no point. There's literally 0 point in you trying to rush him off because you're not going to come back into the game. You're not going to score 4 goals in 4 minutes. We are back underway here now. Hopefully... it's good to get Strouk some minutes as well here. Here are Watford coming forward. Loser shoots from the edge of the box. Meslier, good save. And that's going to be a corner kick to Watford. Yeah, good save by Meslier. I think he might have been a bit unsighted there. Could potentially have taken a deflection, so he had to be aware of that and be ready for it. But corner kick here to Watford. Gets Imran Loser to take it. Ramazani. It's almost like Clive that he made a few mistakes, and he's not just a terrible keeper because of it. Like I've been trying to say, nearly every keeper makes a mistake against us when we score. Like, it happens to all of them. I just think that we overreact as Leeds fans sometimes. He has, but White Swan, would you prefer... you probably would. I'm not setting you up here. You would prefer, though, wouldn't you, if he was dispensable because you had another number 10 that could come in and play there? That's what I want. I want another number 10, a second number 10 who can back him up. Yeah, exactly. He's indispensable because he's the only 10. That doesn't take anything away from the fact he's been great. He's been really good. He's scored a load of goals. He got himself some assists as well. He's played really well for us. I'm really happy with the way that he's played. But I would like to see him not have to play every minute of every game. That's my concern. And the fact that we didn't get someone even on loan in January is Strauch's giving the ball away here. He's done well to recover it, but he just needs to be aware that he's a bit rusty. Did Rutter? I don't think Rutter played a single game for us, did he, in the Championship this season, though? It's loser then with another corner for Watford. To be honest, most players don't really even have to redeem themselves, do they? Like Nonto, most of the time, let's say 99.9% of the time, until now, I haven't even thought about the fact that Nonto refused to play and wanted to leave the club. Verba obviously said he was going to stay, then left, and haven't really thought about that, even though he's barely played. I've thought, oh, he'll be a useful asset when he is fit because he's a good international footballer. I just don't even think about it, to be honest, in terms of people redeeming themselves. Chambers could have had valuable minutes tonight, Max, judging by the score. Was he on our bench? Yeah, he's not even on the bench, so... Yeah, I know what you mean, though. We could have brought him in for, I don't know, Gilavogi or someone instead, but then... Don't know. Yeah, look. Goal kick now for Meslier. Couple of minutes added on, by the way. 4 minutes, actually. Here's Firpo. No Strauch. Rothwell. Gruev. Meslier. Strauch. Rothwell. Meslier. Meslier clears that one up towards the halfway line. That's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, Gilavogi's got his uses, though. Thanks to Jal. Thanks, Penny. Gilavogi's got his uses, though. He's decent at bringing him on as like almost a roadblock at the end of a game to shore things up. He's got long legs, he's got a big frame, and he gets his body in the way. He's got defensive awareness. One game, what's that in reply to, Philip? Long ball forward. Yeah, that's what I mean, though, Clive. That's why what I'm saying is he's got one use, and that's at the end. Yeah, apparently you're getting five goals for the price of 100 likes now. Or 4 goals, sorry, for the price of 100 likes. I think I also did some yawns with my mouth closed as well. Foul there against Larucci on Nonto, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Not with that kind of experience, though, Clive. He's played for France. He's played for Wolfsburg. He's played a lot of games in his career. And yes, he's probably on his last legs, but he's okay being there to kind of shore things up at the end of a game as an old head with some good experience. We haven't really got anyone that can do that job anyway. The only one is Charlie Crew, and would you not imagine him? Would you not what's the word that I'm looking for? Would you not prefer Charlie Crew out on loan where he can actually get some good solid game time rather than just sat on our bench for five minutes at the end of games? Strauch, Ramazani now. Now, Gruev. Back to Ramazani. Ramazani tries to go past the player but loses the ball there. But not too much of an issue for Leeds. He's the youngster, teenager for Watford. Here's check for Tadze again. Here's Kayembe. Now Loser. Passes the ball straight to a Leeds player, and there goes the final whistle. Leeds United 4, Watford 0, and Leeds stay top of the Championship. There's the second yawn for you. 4-0. Job well done. Good goals. And look, Leeds stay top of the league. Another +4 to the goal difference. Another +3 to our points total as well. And one game for Rutter. Oh, thanks, Philip. I know what you mean now. But look, 4-0. Leeds United, 39% possession in this game. Watford with 61% possession. And Leeds are like, do you know what? We'll let you have the possession this game, but we'll just score 4 and keep you out. So, look, we can do it both ways. Leeds now sit on 69 points, 47 goal difference, 19 goals against, 66 goals for, lost 3, drawn 9, won 20, and well on the way back to the Premier League. Thanks everybody for watching, and there'll be a match reaction shortly after this live stream ends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.